Hello everyone, and welcome to the Hypercolor. On this module you will have a hypercube with four phases, four cycling phases. On each phase you will have different, the vertices will have different colors, and as you can see it indicates with black when the sequence restarts. So basically this is a mix of three hypercubes, red, green and blue, and each hypercube does a rotation just like on a normal module hypercube. So I expect you to know how hypercube works and how to I expect you to understand those rotations, because otherwise this module will be really hard, and honestly it is really hard even with understanding. So to stop the cycle you need to click any vertex so you can read the colors. This example is actually mission seeded, so I already have all the colors, but for the sake of the tutorial I will only show you how to get colors for phase 1, because the part where you get colors for each phase, so this is phase 1, this is phase 2, they're all the same and they just are really long and there is no point recording that, so I will only show you these 16 colors. So the way I have that written in my notes here is this left half is at the top of the cube. Come on. So what's on top? What's on top right now is what I have on the left, and what's on the bottom is what I have on the right. Let's get those colors. First color here is this one, so it's 101 RGB, of course. And it is actually the same as this one, so this is also 101. Next is just yellow, which is 220. Next is this one, which is, I believe, this one, so it's 121. Next is magenta, which is 202. And next is this one, which is 012. Next is this one, I believe this one, which is 122. So next is magenta again, and finally the top color is this one, so 1010. Now let's go to the bottom layer. So first is this one, which is 120. Next is cyan, 022. We have this already. This is one, light pink, so 212. Then on the right we have I believe this one, 011. Then this one, which is the same as this one, so 012. Let me double check that I got the correct one. Yeah, it's 012. And finally two crimsons, which is 100. And just like that, you get rotations for each face. Okay, when you got all the rotations, or not rotations, the colors, the vertices, now you need to start decrypting your hypercube. First, you need to decrypt each face into a red hypercube. So basically four red hypercubes, and 4 green hypercubes, and 4 blue hypercubes. Once again, I'm going to do this for red only, because doing this for green and blue is it's all the same, except it takes second or third digit. So first digit is for red, second is for green, third is for blue. And in my notes, this hypercube here looks a bit different to what I have here. So I have a layout here showing how this works. So this is the 0 point. This diagonal axis is y. So this is if something goes from here to here, it's a plus y. If something goes from here to here, this is minus y. So from here to here, which is basically the same as from here to here, is plus w. The vertical axis plus z. Horizontal axis is plus is x. So on the module itself, it will look like so starting from here, this is the 0 point. So we basically need to look something like this. Oh, come on. So this is the 0 point from my layout. So if we go from here to here, basically going from the bottom half to the top half, is plus y. So from here to here is plus y. Obviously from here to here is plus w. So to here, and plus x, so here, and plus z here is obvious. So let's take our values for red from the first cube, first face, and put it on the cube. So this was the top half of the cube, which means we need to look at everything which is positive y. And positive y is this, and this. So on here it would be 1, 2, 1, 2, which is 1, 2, 1, 2. Then for the right half it's 0, 1, 2, 1. So 0, 1, 2, 1. Same for negative y. 1, 0, 1, 2. Zero, 0, 1, 1. And you do the same for the second, third, and fourth phase. And when you've done it, now you need to actually read the rotations. So from phase 1 to phase 2, what moves can we actually see? So by the way, one way of choosing one way of checking is to check if on each phase you have the same amount of zeros, ones, and twos. It's not a 100% check, because for example you could somewhere, if you have for example confused 0 with 1, and on the other vertex you confused 1 and 0, you would actually have the same amount of zeros and 1 anyway. But if you only make one mistake, the amount of zeros, ones, and twos will not be the same on each face, and that's the way you can see if you have a mistake or not. So if you have a different number of zeros, ones, and twos, that means you made a mistake. If you have the same number of zeros, ones, and twos everywhere, that means that you most likely did it correct, but not 100%. So now let's take a look at what we have the least number of. We have only 4 zeros and only 4 twos. So let's see, for example, where does this zero go? Sorry, on the wrong picture. So where does this zero go? It can go 4 directions. It can go here, which is positive y. It can go here, which is positive x. It can go here, which is negative z, or positive w. So on the second phase, out of those 4 vertices, it can go to a zero appears only here. If there was another zero somewhere here out of those 4 vertices, it could go to, we would need to check a different digit. So it went here, which is negative z. And now from phase 1, let's see, where does this 2 go? It could go here. No, it couldn't go here because this is where the 0 came from, and on the rotations of the hypercube, two vertices cannot swap. It could go here. It's not 2, this is not 2, but this is 2. So our rotation that happened is from here to here and from here to here, which means minus z plus y, which equals to positive yz. Yeah. So our first red rotation is positive yz. Now we do the same for second, third phases. Let's take a look at this 0. It could go positive z, positive x, positive y, or positive w. There is only one 0 out of those 4 vertices, which means that it went positive w. And let's see, 1 used to be here. Where did this 1 go? It could go no, it couldn't go here because once again vertices cannot swap. It could go here, here, or here. It went here, which means our rotation is positive w, positive z. Yeah. And the third rotation, let's take a look at 0. It could go here, 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 but it went here, which is positive x. And another 0 used to be here. It could go here, 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 or here. It went negative w, which means our rotation is wx. Yep. And just like that, we got our red rotations. Now you do the same thing over again for the green and blue rotations, starting from getting these green and blue hypercubes, 4 for each color, and then getting those 3 rotations for each of the colors. But I already have them, as I said. This is mission seeded example. So when you get all your rotations, it's time to go into submission mode. Go into submission mode, you click the display, and then you locate your color. First of all, you take the color, which is yellow. So it's 2, 2, 0. Actually, I will put it on a new file. 1 moment. So we take our color, convert it to digits, and take the position of the color. So it is positive Y, negative W, bottom right. Positive Y, negative W, bottom right. So which square is it? Positive Y is this cube. So this cube is positive Y. This square is negative W, and bottom right in this square is this cell. So this is our starting cell. And now what we need to do is perform rotations, and then see where this color ends up at. And then we would need to click that vertex. And this is a 3-stage submission. So what we need to do is take this number, and for each color we need to perform that rotation that many times, which means we need to perform the first rotation, the red rotation twice, then the green rotation twice, and then blue rotation 0 times. And then on the second stage submission we would need to perform the same for the second rotations, and then on the third stage for the third rotations. So let's see, why is that? If I make it like this, positive Y, positive Z. So positive Y, positive Z, but it's rotating this plane, which means we're going to rotate this plane, and since we're rotating it twice, we don't need to know if it's clockwise or counterclockwise. It's just going to be the opposite vertex in that square. Next is WY square, which is this square right here. So we're rotating this square, and since we're rotating it twice, we again don't need to know it's clockwise or counter, so our X is going to end up here in the opposite vertex. And we don't need to do extra rotations because it's 0 for blue. And now on the hypercube we need to find this position. So it is okay, it's this one, which is positive Y, so it's on top. Positive W, which is this top square, that top square, the square above yellow, and it is it is top right, which means it is this vertex. And just like that, we repeat that 2 more times. Now, for the second stage, we have, what color is this? I believe this one. So it's just 0, 1, 1. And where is it located? So it's negative Y, negative W, bottom right. Negative Y, negative W, bottom right. So negative Y, negative W. Once again, negative Y is this one, and negative W is this one, bottom right. Bottom right is this node, so we're starting from here. I can't see anything. One second, I'm double checking something. Yeah, Okay. Now we need to perform 0 for this rotation, 1 for this rotation, and 1 for this rotation, because it's stage 2. So we do yx. Our yx is this plane right here, so we're rotating this plane. And to do yx, we need to do positive y and then positive x. So that would make it this movement, then here. So we're rotating it counterclockwise, which means our x is going to be here, here. And now wx once. Wx is this plane right here. Wx, so rotating w, but then plus x, so plus w plus x, so rotating it clockwise. Sorry, I need to check if yx was correct. Once again, I want to double check it. Yeah, it was counterclockwise, okay. And for plus y plus x, it's going to be clockwise. So this is the yx plane, so this x moves clockwise to here. And this is the vertex we need to submit. So it's going to be okay, it's just going to be plus w from the starting point. And starting point was oh my god, starting point was here, and plus w gives us this position, right? Right. Okay. And finally, we have sine, which is 0 to 2. And the position is plus y plus w on the hypercube. Once again, plus y plus w bottom, sorry, plus y plus w top right. So plus y, so this is plus y, so this is plus w, and top right is here, which is here. Now we need to do 0 for red, 2 for green, so zoo x-ray. Zx is this plane right here, so we need to rotate it twice. So we need to rotate this plane twice. Since we're rotating twice, we don't care if it's clockwise or counter, so it's going to be just opposite. And the last thing is xz, which is basically the same rotation. Yeah, it's the same rotation, but the other way. But we're doing it twice as well, so it's just going to return to its initial state. So we're clicking in the same vertex. It's just like that. That's the solve module. And I believe when you do a mistake on the submission part, module resets, goes to initial state. The colors are going to be the same, all the colors of course, but your input will be reset, and U color on a new position will occur, and you have to input everything back from stage 1. Anyway, thank you for watching and have a nice day.